Hi guys, TinaGale here, and I'm back with another layout for my creative scrapbook. So I'm their guest designer this month, and I'm working with their main kit. This is Echo Park Good Day Sunshine, and then I'm also pulling in this green paper that's from Simple Stories Travel Notes. And I have this photo of my kids out playing on a swing set and a funny little story just to be told about this particular swing and then kind of how they spent their summers. So this layout here is very much story-based driven. It really has nothing to do with the particular day or what's going on other than they're on the swing that I'm going to talk about. But it was just a memory that I had and I wanted to document, and this photo did it well. So this paper here from the Simple Stories line, like I said, has the green paper, and the back side was this off-white cream text print. And I wanted to use my spiral paper punch deal, and so I thought that paper was perfect for it. So I just cut a mat that's not quite as tall as the photo, but extra wide so that I can use my punch on it. And then I'm going to use some twine to go around it and just kind of play up the photo just a little bit. And so here I'm just playing with where I want to cut this green because I love the compass on the back side of that paper and I really wanted to save it, but I need a bigger piece. That's what I was doing, flipping back and forth, trying to figure out what part of the paper I wanted to use so that I could have the back side of it. I don't know that it worked out that great or like what I wanted so that I'd have the paper, but had to do what I had to do because I wanted this long strip of green, and then I'm going to put the floral print behind it, and I'm going to do it a full 12-inch. So this layout went together. I mean, it's fairly simple. It's mostly embellishments and stuff. I did some sewing on it and everything, but I struggled just a little bit because you can see that little blue cloud paper up to the top. And they had this quote on it that says, "Every day is a summer day when I am with you." And I wanted to use that so bad. All the decisions I made was based off that piece of paper there so that I could get it into the layout. And it's still not exactly what I would have liked because of the way the script goes. There's a little bit extra blue on here, and I tried to pull the blue in with my embellishments and stuff. There's still some things I'm not quite happy with the layout, but all in all, I love it, and I'm glad I've got this story told. Here I've punched that paper, and I'm going to go ahead and ink everything. This is the tea dye distress ink, so this one's kind of got a red cast to it. So that's what I decided to do on this, and I'm working on craft cardstock for the background. Again, this was all outside. The photo is mostly green. And I just really wanted a feeling of outside, so I felt like the craft cardstock was a good choice. The kit came with this red gingham ribbon, and I knew I wanted to get it on a layout, and I felt like this was a perfect chance to do it. And I'm going to end up just adhering everything like you saw there, and then I'm going to put the red ribbon on, and I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and do a zigzag stitch. So I end up sewing a few different places with a zigzag stitch on this layout. So here you can see where I've sewed the ribbon on, and then I'm going to go back later when I get more of the embellishments on and put some stitching over the rest of it so I can carry it down throughout the page. And I went ahead, I used a dark navy blue thread so that I could pull the blue up there. So you can see several different places I'm pulling that blue in because it's so bold on that banner. Here's just some really thin kind of crochet twine, and I just wrap it around here. I just wanted some extra texture because I just had stickers to decorate with. I mean, some are chipboard, but I really just wanted to add some more texture. And since I had the ribbon up there, I felt like the twine was a kind of a fun way to add one more little soft texture into this layout. So I'm just tying that around, and then here is that strip of paper. I cut it as narrow as I could to just get the wording on, and did a banner cut at the end so that I could get rid of the rest of the saying there. What I would have preferred was that it fit up underneath the photo, but I couldn't do it because the wording went right to the edge of it. So it's going to end up going on top of the photo. So I had laid it on there, and then I was still thinking, so I set it aside and thought I'm going to go down to the bottom of the page and just kind of work on that little cluster down there. So I took the red gingham ribbon again, and I'm going to layer that as my base. And what I'm doing is just trying to pull down everything that I have at the top. So I have some floral, I have that lighter white, and the red. This little square piece has got that sunshine in my pocket, so I thought that was kind of cute and appropriate for the photo that I'm working with. And it brought the blue and the red down to the bottom of the page as well. And this little tree with the tire swing was perfect because the swing that they're playing on is actually a tire that's cut into a horse. We had gotten it, the kids just fell in love with it, so we bought it for them. And they used to always kind of argue who was going to get to swing on it, and they always played really well. My son loved to get my daughter on it and then just twirl her around and around and try to make her dizzy. But they would kind of fuss and quibble a little bit about who got to play on the swing until one day my son had went and got out on it, and a wasp nest had built up underneath the head of the swing, and it didn't turn out quite so well. So after that, there was not very many arguments. They did not want to play on the swing anymore, so we eventually had to take it down, and my husband built wood swings for them, and there was one on each side of the tree, so they didn't have to worry anymore. But I just wanted to get that story documented because it's something we talk about quite often, and I don't know what happened to that swing, but it disappeared. So that little chipboard tree was perfect, and I just went ahead, I took the tricycle and put it out because I wanted to get red down into that center of the layout. So the trike was, you know, it's outdoors playing, it's summer, so I felt like, you know, it was fitting. I wanted to bring the green down to the bottom, so I went ahead and just used one of the border strips, the branding strips, and cut a little banner down there to go underneath the red. And then here's where I took it to the sewing machine and just put some blue stitching over the top of those again. And I think I'm going to go back and put some more blue stitching to the left of that blue banner. You'll see at the end, one of the other things that I wasn't quite as pleased with is the little embellishment that I'll build up here on the left side of the photo. And I don't know, I just feel like there needed to be more on there, but I was trying to stay just within the kit, limited with my choices there. But I love this stitching, and I end up leaving the threads out just a little bit. I trim them down some, but I leave them down just a little bit. And then I go ahead, these enamel dots were in the kit as well, and I just sprinkle, I use the pink, the green, the yellow, and the blue. All of those colors were in my papers and in my embellishments, and that little square chipboard piece at the bottom, it has little sprinkles of colors, so I felt like spreading those enamel dots across the page in all the colors just kind of brought that all together. And the flowers on that white paper, they're kind of like little sprinkles of all those colors too. So I just felt like using all the different colors through there was a good choice. And you can I just can't get enough of enamel dots anyway, so let's just use them all. And I don't know about you, but I can sit for half a day and move enamel dots around into all different kinds of places trying to decide the best place to put them. I'm not sure if anybody else does it like I do, but I just feel like I just sit and move and move and move, and I don't know, they look good in one place just as well as they do in another, I think. Okay, so looking at this again, I'm still struggling with that blue. Seems like it's very stark. I tried to bring blue up to the top with that chipboard piece that says Summer Memories, but I wanted to kind of repeat that red gingham again, and so I took the border strip off the paper that has the border strips, and I'm going to just put it up underneath here. I end up moving it just a little bit to where it's not all the way over to the left-hand side. And it's going to go just like that. I'll adhere it later, but I'm going to put it there and just kind of live with it for a little bit and make sure that I like it. So now I'm ready to try to finish out the rest of the embellishing. I debated on just leaving the embellishments where they're at, where it's kind of like a diagonal flow across the page, but I wasn't happy. I knew I just needed more on there. I have really been putting a lot of embellishments on pages, so this page here feels very bare to me. But I also knew I had quite a bit of journaling that I wanted to do, and so I was trying to leave that bottom craft between the blue and the embellishment on the bottom left open so that I have plenty of room. I end up splattering with some of the navy Heidi Swapp Color Shine. I always like just doing that. It's kind of like enamel dots, just kind of gives a finishing touch there. You can see where that embellishment to the left, it looks like it needs something, so I think I will do some stitching. So I put some still shots in here so you could see up close, because I know the filming, it didn't look like you could see a whole lot of detail. So I hope you enjoyed this, and be sure to check out the kits over at My Creative Scrapbook, and I will see you back here soon with another process video. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.